I'm any new province, and I just finished up the league with Helix combo. We did get to go infinite a few times, and we even took matches off of established decks. As always, you can click on the timestamp in the description down below to bounce your Jank Shank infinitely and attack with an Artificer's Assistant for the win. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. Match 1, Game 1, against somebody that's opened more treasure chests than I have, probably. Well, we got a Preordain or two, we got an Ornithopter, we have our second blue source. So I think this is good enough to keep. Yeah, it did kind of feel like that, hey? It had that like really big end game where we were just like blowing our opponent up with stuff. It did feel kind of like an Izzet deck. I will keep. I think this is okay. It's hard to say whether I want to run this Ornithopter out turn 1 or not, but I think I will. I think well, depending on what my opponent's doing. If they play any blue mana of any sort, this is coming down. Oh, okay. Our opponent's like, what is this? Seat of the Synod, Vault of Whispers, Gush, Ornithopter? You never can quite, This could go one of two ways for them. Either they're getting ready for like an easy game, they're just gonna like sit back and win, or it's going to add to their salt. Some people are really salty about running into jank in leagues, which I honestly don't understand, considering like they pretty much just get to walk away with it. What's up, Waltzmark? Welcome. How you doing tonight? Nah, yeah. Careful with that ninja star, man. Gotcha. Kirk, what are you what-whatting about? Is it the nonsense in my hand? I imagine my opponent is also what-whatting about the nonsense in my hand. It's got 2 preordains, so they know I must mean some kind of business. Any deck that runs an Ornithopter, probably not worth a lot of thought from your opponent. What's up? Hello from Brazil. Oh man, Pauper's huge down there. Yeah, hello from Canada. Welcome to the stream. That's awesome. Trying to sequence, they might just run out a tribe here. I think that's what they're thinking about. Maybe trying to turn 2 kill. Here comes another cantrip, I assume. No cantrip. Okay. Maybe they're going to disrupt our preordain. We found a counterspell, which is pretty nice. Ooh, okay, there's a tooth. We'll put the tooth on top. Island to the bottom. And I think I will run this Ornithopter out. I'd rather run this into counter magic, and maybe next turn we can hold up a Prohibit for a Tireless tribe or something. I think that is what they're on. And we can start attacking them next turn. We'll play with this Vault of Whispers, leave a Prohibit, maybe cycle our Ash Barrens afterwards. No worries, Kirk, no worries. No doubt, man. Yeah. Well, welcome. Welcome, my Brazilian friends. Awesome to have you. So what time is it in Brazil right now? My knowledge of geography is pretty weak, especially in the intricacies of time zones. Oh, heck yeah, time for some combos. I friggin' hope so. Opponent will go get a white source. Here comes Tribe. We have no way to deal with Tribe here. Yes, Tireless Tribe. Alright. We can hold up Prohibit for next turn. That's kind of nice. Ornithopter is a blocker. So we'll hold up a Prohibit for their Inside Out. Yeah, so I'm going to play Vault of Whispers here. Play another Ornithopter. Go to combat. Oh man, swing with Ornithopter to send a message. That's not too bad. So we're like almost at the same time. Cool. Yeah, we are in the same time zone. Incredible. Well, that's good timing on my part. And Ornithopter gets in, and we'll just pass. If our opponent doesn't want to combo off, then we'll be able to cycle this Ash Barrens. But I've got a feeling it's coming. I got a feeling you don't tank on a Gitaxian Probe that long, unless you're about to try to combo off with Tireless Tribe with backup. All right, let's see them do it. Sure, it's unblockable. I will not scoop. Here comes Tireless Tribe. Yep. No blocks. They might just be cycling this. And there's Inside Out. I wonder if they have a daze. They do not have a daze. All right. So that's one Shadow Rift down. I felt more comfortable. For sure. All right, another Seed of the Synod. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go get an island. Play that for turn. And we will preordain. We don't have many 1-mana counter spells that we could find, but oh, these are two quite good draws. So I'm going to go top and top. We will Thought Cast, and then next turn we can cast an Artificer's Assistant, and we can get our other island for our Gush. Yeah, we pretty much got it now, gang. Unless they combo off and kill us. We are just attacking for 1 a turn as well. It's not super offensive or anything. So I don't know, if they have Shadow Rift Inside Out, then they got us again. But Ornithopter will certainly be getting in the way this time. This is the hard decision to make, right? Like, you don't know if you want to play out your 0-cost artifacts because of Artificer's Assistant. So let's see what our opponent's going to do. Maybe they'll leave up Circular Logic for this Gush. Ooh, Brainstorm Fetch. You can't get much better than that, man. Get another island. There's an Augur of Bolas. See what that finds them. Finds them a cantrip. No surprise there. And they're just going to pass. Alright, so we will... I think we're going to... Yeah, let's go get an island. Play our island. And we will preordain before we Gush so that we don't potentially run into... Oh, there's a Banishing Knack. Oh man, rest of the combo. Let's go. Let's find it right now. We've only got 2 mana to cast our Battered Golem. Oh, I wish I could cast Battered Golem here. So we'll cast Artificer's Assistant. We will cast Preordain. Trying to find nothing. We got the combo. So I'll leave Prohibit on top. I'll bottom Artificer's Assistant. We don't really need it at this point. And I'll go to combat and swing for 1. Disrupt is pretty okay against Tireless Tribe. And I feel like they kind of went all in there. We just got to survive a couple more turns, and we got to Prohibit to help us do that. But we do have to kind of go tap all the way out for this Battered Golem next turn. Although I guess we don't really. We could leave up this Prohibit again. There's a Gush. 2 bad decks with Gushes in them. Duking it out. Oh, they got the Shadow. And did they find the Inside Out? Looks like they did. Alright, well, let's make sure they do it correctly. They know they're free to go. They know what we're all about. I maybe should have conceded in response to the Gataxian probe there, but it is what it is. So we don't have a gut shot. Our opponent is going to pitch their hand. And yeah, let's call it like that. That's close enough. All right. So for Tireless Tribe, we're going to want our Edicts and our Doomblades. And we'll probably want some relics as well. So Edicts, Doomblades, relics. We'll go down the Cabal Paladins because it's a little tougher on our black mana. Disrupt probably won't find. I guess they run a lot of cantrips and we'll be on the play this game. So we'll keep in our Disrupts. We can probably take out 1 Ornithopter. I don't think our Artificer's Assistants are going to have any trouble getting in. I don't know if we want all 3 relics. It does make their protecting magic a bit better. All of our counter magic is welcome. We could just kill them in the air, so I'm going to take a Retraction Helix out and maybe like 1 I guess one Edict doesn't really do it. Maybe I don't bring these Edicts in. Maybe it's just Doomblades. Or killing the tribe when we see it. But Edicts could be pretty good too. I think I do want these Edicts. I'll go 2 Relics. There's a chance that they tap out. Disrupt is okay against that plan. And I think where we're not running the combo that we need 0 mana artifacts for, I'll just take out another Ornithopter. But I'm okay having 4 evasive threats to keep pecking in at them to start winning the game that way. We could control their board and win with Battered Golem beats too. It's not completely unheard of. But yep, that's what happens. 2 combo decks, face to face, toe to toe. And their combos built just a little bit faster than ours. Ah, we found it, guys. We had found it. We had found it. But yeah, they were a couple turns too fast for us. So let's see if we can't fight our way through from the play. Let's disrupt a cantrip on turn 1. That's just all I really want, is to disrupt a ponder. I really like Disrupt. Disrupt is probably my favorite card in this deck. I think it's really cool. Preordain, probably the most powerful spell in the deck. Gush would be, but we're not completely mono blue. Alright guys, come on. We're not asking for much tonight. The testing with this deck was pretty demoralizing, but we are trying to see if Cabal Paladin is possibly Pauper playable. So we got a pretty controlling hand here. We'll be able to stop them from digging. I think it's correct. Like, there isn't a ton of decks where it's the best strategy to counter all of their cantrips, but I think against Tribe, you're actually pretty okay countering their cantrips. So we'll play a seat, pass the turn. We'll take a seat. Take a seat here at Synod and chuck it over to them. Come on. I think with the with all the other blue sources we're running, I'm kind of okay with it. We're running so many copies of like Ash Barrens, and we have so many cantrips to find it otherwise. And with all the counter magic, it's not super unrealistic to get to 5 mana. But yes, it is risky. I wouldn't say too risky. I'm definitely giving it a go. Opponent also going to do some land going, being wary of our disrupts. I don't know if we need to have counterspell disrupt here, so I think I might play out another artifact land, be proactive towards this Thoughtcast, because we can prohibit disrupt here if we have to. Our opponent's going to attempt to brainstorm. Well, we'll try to prohibit that. This is probably brainstorm fetch. So we'll see if they want to use their shuffle effect here. Given they might just resolve a tribe now. Yeah, let's see if they want to tap out for this, because that'll prevent them from being able to fetch, and this still cycles. So if they do want to pay 1, then they can't use their Ash Barrens or whatever, and we get to draw a card. They will brainstorm, but it's just brainstorm, right? So our Thoughtcast is down to 2 mana next turn with this Ornithopter. Which is pretty nice. We'll still be able to leave up counter magic mana. They will ponder, yep. Sure. Keeping them off a brainstorm fetch for a minute there, pretty alright. Yeah, me too. It's one of my favorite cards that I've seen. Like, it's one of those not often played cards, but I love it when I see it. So we'll go ahead and play Ornithopter. And then we will Thoughtcast. And play an island. We're almost there, guys. I'm not going to gush this turn. I'll gush next turn for Battered Golem. And that'll allow us to replay an island to leave up counter magic next turn too. And we've got Banishing Knack in hand. We took out the version that wins with the way that we can win with Cabal Paladin, but we will be able to find a tooth and win, hopefully. Just need a tooth. Or a bird to find the tooth. Alright, opponent. 2 blue mana. I've seen a lot of scary things happen with blue mana. If there's an augur or something, I'll definitely prohibit it. Yeah. So let's prohibit this augur. We do not want them 2-for-1-ing us. Almost ever. And opponent's gonna pass. On a null here would really suck. For sure. But you gotta take risks, right? Gotta be risque. So we'll always yes to this now. It's also just a 3/2 that attacks, so it ain't too bad. We'll draw a couple cards with Gush. And we find another Banishing Knack. So Banishing Knack is pretty okay against this deck too, because we can just use it to protect our stuff from their Journey to Nowheres, and also to bounce a Tireless Trap if they're trying to go off with it. It acts as like effective removal, and especially where we have 2, if they try to Circular Logic 1, we might be able to prevent the other one from coming down. There's Gitaxian Probe, yep. I think it's just a card draw at this point. Opponent. Oh, didn't look at our hand. It happens. So if this is going to be Augur or Bolas, I might have to let this Augur go. No, they're going to Gush. Okay. No reason to counter that Gush. There's Tireless Tribe. Alright, well, we certainly do want to try to counter this. They probably have the Circular Logic in hand. Yep, that's one less Circular Logic that we have to worry about with our Banishing Knack, and we could just draw... we could just draw Tooth and win. So, let's see if we don't find a Tooth about it. Ooh, it's pretty close to a Tooth. Come on. Ugh. Bottom. Bottom. Oh, deck. Buddy. Did you have to? Okay, so we'll go to combat with Battered Golem and attack. Which is pretty risky, but we can't win without the tooth anyway, so we're just gonna give him a turn. Got 2 Banishing Knacks to try to cast on our Ornithopter to do something about this tribe if they do have Shadow Rift. Because they could Circular Logic 1. I guess Rift and Inside Out would tie them up pretty good. So yeah, just hoping we find the combo. I mean, 1 Circular Logic kind of ruins our day. Because they can just let Banishing Knack resolve and then counter the combo piece. So if they don't tap out, we might just want to wait until we have a window. Here comes Tribe. No, Tribe not even getting in here. Okay. So we'll do a bit of thinning. It is kind of, it's versatile, right? There's a Prohibit, okay. Not unhappy with the Prohibit. I do wish I could untap this Battered Golem here, but we'll just pass. Yep. So this Prohibit can try to hit whatever spell they're using to combo off with. We'll let the Shadow Rift go, of course. Opponent just going to play Drago for a bit. What's up, Wrathborn? Were you born of the Wrath? Let's untap our Battered Golem. We will get to go for an attack now. Kinda nice. Little consolation prize from our Darksteel Citadel. They're just gonna take 3. Okay. How you doing, Wrathborn? Having a good night? Opponent will attempt to Gush. They'll succeed. I think this is gonna be Gush. I can't counter it with Prohibit. Bounce these islands. Opponent just gonna float 3 mana. Okay. Hard representing a Circular Logic. Let's see what this is. Gush, I imagine. Yep. 10 cards in their hand. They've seen almost half their deck. Yep. Ooh, nice. You didn't forget the Oubliette. You know, you're not supposed to forget about Oob. Alright, so this is cool. We're going to let them do their thing, and we're going to wait until they pitch a bunch of cards to Tireless Tribe. Then we'll try to bounce it with Banishing Knack, and we'll have the counter fight then. Yep. Go through the blocks. See how many cards they pitch. They have 9 in hand. Now, if they just have 3 Circular Logics, you got me. I know, right? Getting fancy. Talk about pants. This guy's about to put on some pretty big pants. Yep. Tribe will get bigger. And bigger. Pitching another white source. Be pretty sweet if we could attack their mana somehow. And bigger. Still have a lot of cards in hand too. And bigger. And maybe they'll shoot us for 17. And bigger. Okay, so we'll respond now. Try to Banishing Knack our Ornithopter with Prohibit backup. Maybe they're trying to see if this is an issue. So here comes a Dispel. Okay, so we'll try to counter Dispel. They might have a bunch of counter magic here, and that would obviously be quite bad. So they have to have 2 more counter spells to win, or to not lose their tribe. They're gonna Circular Logic, okay. We'll wait till they cast it. Yep. Circular Logic comes down, so we'll try to... actually, let's let this Circular Logic resolve. I'm not... no. We will not pay 17 generic mana for Circular Logic. Okay, so let's try to Banishing Knack our Ornithopter again. Let's see. Do they have another Circular Logic? 2 cards in hand. They've seen a lot of their deck. They very well could have another Circular Logic. There's Gush. Okay. They had Gush Unknown. And Banishing Knack resolves? Bounce your boy? We bounced the boy. Okay. I mean, they still have a Tireless Tribe and 6 cards in hand. A Tireless Tribe they can't cast, albeit, but... And we find a counterspell. Alright, pass the turn. I mean business, man. I didn't just put a Gush in a deck to lose to lose easily. So they can't defend. If they try to cast Tribe here, they can't defend it. So there's Augur. Yeah. I feel like we can either find more counter magic or combo off before that matters. Oh, but we just keep finding lands. Deck, you really gotta be a bit kinder. We're gonna be playing a pretty grindy game here, and without being able to combo off, it'll take us so long to win that they could reasonably get the combo going again. Oh, and they have Circular Logic up if we do find something to do. We'll keep playing artifact lands to untap our column. Keep drawing artifact lands. Mostly. But we're at 20 and they only have 4 cards in hand, so there's that. What's a Firemaker 282? Not too bad. Not too bad. We're doing a little bit of losing. But we have our opponent to 6, and we just have to hit a Jank Shank to win. Well, not win necessarily. We have to hit a Jank Shank and a Retraction Helix, and they have to not have Dispel for us to win. And they could just win out of nowhere. But besides all of those things, despite the alright, opponents you're gonna keep gushing. Against all odds, we're gonna do what we can. They might have found another Augur. Oh, there's Shadow Rift. Oh, is this it? Inside Out? Tribe, man. You fight through one, but they find another in due time. So here comes Tireless Tribe. No way to defend against it this time, so we'll scoop it up. We're not going to make them go through the motions. Let's see what we had on top. We won the die roll. We will play first. Yeah. I think this is enough of the combo for me to keep. I mean, we've just got to find... Actually, no. There's just not enough lands. We run 22 lands and 4 preordains in our deck. I don't think keeping one lander looks like this is advisable. Even though we have a 0-drop. I mean, we have most of the combo in a Thoughtcast, but... not close enough. And we're on the play. Wow, this is way worse. Deck. Could you not? All right. Down to a mull to 5. We still got a tooth. We've got a tooth, so things could be worse, right? So we'll play Ornithopter just in case our opponent's on something blue and pass the turn. That was Moto's way of saying Sir Mix-a-Lot was underrated. They're gonna Lava Spike it is, so it looks like we're gonna have to combo off. I know I just shuffled away my Jank Shank, but we'll find another one. There's a Disrupt. Well, that might be okay here, so we'll just pass the turn. Good old Ornithopter. Let's see. They hit their land drop. Bummer. Thermo Alchemist. Okay. Can't disrupt that. And good cards. Well, it's on the way to being there. That's a Divination right now. I think I'm willing to hold up Disrupt for one more turn. Yeah. And actually, if that's the case, I might just bounce this Thermo Alchemist with this Retraction Helix. I think that might actually just be the play. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while our opponent is tapped low. Bounce this Thermo Alchemist. Try to keep our opponent off of any kind of reasonable clock for a second. You give burn one turn with Thermo Alchemist, things just go sideways. It's not a pretty sight. They're going to hold on to their burn spells. Yep. Reasonable. We draw another Thoughtcast. Alright. Well, I think it's going to be time to start divining into land drops now. And we find a Tooth and a Batter Golem. I really wish I didn't just throw away my heckin' my Retraction Helix, but I guess we're going to find out if we die before we get to do this. Let's do the dang thing. So next turn will be Batter Golem, Tooth, and then hopefully we can Thoughtcast into a win. Opponent's going to give us a little tap with the Thermo Alchemist. And we do have to unfortunately give them a turn. If we're lucky, we get to leave up a Disrupt. Ugh. Lava Runner. Going to 11. Going to 10. The situation becomes increasingly more precarious. This isn't good. Pretty obviously, this isn't good. So we'll run out. We'll run out Batter Golem, and we'll block. We'll block Lava Runner, and hope we draw a Retraction Helix off this Thoughtcast, and that we don't die here. We'll block Lava Runner with Ornithopter. Well, I think it's been pretty good too. So let's see here. I think our opponent needs 2 burn spells to kill us here, which is not a tall order for burn. Now they have hit a lot of land drops though. Alright, let's see what this is. Searing Blaze. Opponent. That's no fun. Okay. So let's run this out while we got the chance. It's not going to save our Battered Golem. But we need it to get to our Thoughtcast out next turn. I think that's probably going to be it. And our opponent definitely knows what we're up to. Yep, we're at 5. They could just kill us here. Hey, what's up from Sudbury? No doubt. Really? Really? Sudbury, huh? So let's tap this Tooth, send a message. Yeah, welcome. Another Canadian, always welcome in the stream. Glad to have you. We're this deck's not very good. It is where I think Cabal Paladin should be, but maybe a Cabal Paladin shouldn't be here. Really? Alright, so we do have Dispels and Hydroblasts for this matchup, so we'll get those in. We'll take out the 2 counterspells because Hydroblasts are better. We'll take out a Cabal Paladin, 2 of them attacking could win us the game. We'll take out an Ornithopter because we have Hydroblasts to deal with their creatures if that's... Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Arlie. I will stop. I will stop butchering it. I'm just a really big fan of that meme, okay? I like that owl. Yes, we would love to play first. Yeah, this hand's much better than our Multi-5, so we'll keep. And probably Preordain on turn 1. I think I'd rather Hydroblast a creature, and this will help us set up our draws. Maybe dictate whether we're going to play this Ornithopter. We won't, because we're going to Preordain again next turn. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you do. I think tonight's going to be a bumpy ride. So strap in for a bumpy one. Oh no, I do. I like them better in paper for sure. If we're going to hit our 4th land drop, we'd much rather it be a black land. So we'll go ahead and leave up Hydroblast for their inevitable creature. We might want to protect this Battered Golem from like Burn Spell or something. You know, stuff that you protect from in burn matchups. And I will Hydroblast this, because we can protect ourselves from a creature next turn. There's an Artificer's Assistant. Whoop! So play Artificer's Assistant, and I think it is time for this Ornithopter to come down. We're going to try to find some black mana for the Cabal Paladin. Nice. Never. Didn't. Have it. Oh man, well, welcome from Germany. And yeah, I think they were available, and they were only worth like, you know, not that much money, so I was like, why not? Let's do it. Oh, opponent, if only you knew what was coming next turn, you wouldn't be pointing your Searing Blazes at our Ornithopters. I really wish... Oh, is that Fire Blast? Oh, good. Waiting until we can't have counter magic up. So 7 isn't a great place to be. Our opponent's probably going to find some way to Fire Blast us to death, as is tradition on the channel. But yeah, we're just going to start putting the pressure on with our 4-2. And hopefully they don't draw very well. Sometimes Hydroblast Prohibit buys you just enough time. But sometimes your opponent just rebuilds admirably as well. Ooh, Disrupt. That's nice. So we'll play Battered Golem, drain our opponent, get a Scry. And we don't need another Battered Golem. I guess it would continue the beats, but we wouldn't mind just comboing off here either. So we'll attack for 5, and next turn we're attacking for 8. So they're on a pretty short clock. We only have this Disrupt. Yeah, I don't know if I want to point it at this Rift Bolt or not. I guess I might as well, because they might play like land creature. Alright, so wait till it's pointed at our face. We'll Disrupt and try to put them off for a second. They'll probably pay for it. Yep. We find an Ash Barrens. Not ideal. Burn opponent, 2 cards in hand. Is this Fire Blast? No. Ornithopter drains them for 2. Okay. Hold. Hold, guys. We're close. We just need one more turn. I'm gonna go ahead and do my shuffling before I do my scrying. Oh, there will certainly be some crying of some sort here if our opponent top decks themselves into a win. Bottom. Alright, let's see if they've got us. They probably do. I'd be hard-pressed to think that they don't. Let's see. 2 lands. Hey, we won! Cool. Too bad. Too bad, Tooth. It doesn't, so it doesn't drain off of Cabal Paladin. It's only when you cast historic spells. unfortunately. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything. We might even want to bring these counter spells in over like a Dirtily Ornithopter or something. Maybe like, I like the Ornithopters here though. We might be able to take out a Retraction Helix, but that does defend against some of their other stuff. I don't really know what I want to take out. Dispel is probably worse than Counterspell here, actually, and I'll take out one Helix. Oh, it really would have. Yeah, it really would have. I just lost to Paladin Beatdown equals Alter Wind Call. All right, this it's got a gush in it, so, and we'll get to cast this Thoughtcast on the reasonably cheap. We don't have any interaction, but we can start clocking them early. Let's just hope they're not in a ridiculous draw. Turn 1 Chain Lightning. All right, I can live with that. Hydroblast A. So if we're going to be Hydroblasting, I think I'll play Artificer's Assistant here. I think we're going to be choked on our blue mana. And they might play a creature here and we can just Hydroblast it next turn. It's not the end of the world. Hopefully they get stuck on lands. Ah, dang it. Creature, no, just Searing Blaze on our bird. We're already at 14. So if that's going to be the case, I think I'm still going to Preordain here. Our hand's pretty bad. I'll top one island to play right now, and just to leave up Hydroblast, and we'll pass the turn. We're not looking for the second island for Gush yet. We're not really at that point. There's Keldone Marauders. Okay, well, we will try to counter this. They might have a Pyroblast. That would kind of suck. They've only got 3 cards in hand. We're at 14. Yeah, they have Pyroblast. That's not a huge deal. That's okay. We might find a way to deal with this next turn. Darksteel Citadel. Okay, so unfortunately, this is going to have to be a Divination. You know, I love me some Divinations. A Chump Blocker here would be okay. Would have loved to draw that instead of a Darksteel Citadel, but it is what it is. All right, can you kill us, opponent? 10. 3 burn spells in hand. Fire Blast will do it. Needle Drop will definitely help them there. All right, so we're gonna have to get rid of this Keldon Marauders. This one. So let's play. I don't know if I want to play an artifact land to get this down to 2 mana. I probably do, because I can go get Island and Gush here. I don't think this is the turn we're going to be gushing. So let's Hydroblast this Keldon Marauders, which arguably already did its job. Oh yeah, man. The new Kuambaj Witches art is pretty phenomenal. So we'll play this. Thoughtcast. Minor Prohibit I can't cast. Alright guys, looking a little grim. Hey Wrathborn, thank you for the follow, I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Jank Bank. Trying to jank it out tonight with Cabal Paladin. It's been a little savage thus far. Let's see if our burn opponent has more than 1 burn spell in their hand. And ooh, okay. They're probably just slow rolling us intentionally. Yep. All right. That's burn. Woof. O2 bracket, be kind to me. Got Cabal Paladin, got access to 2 islands if we find a Gush before we need black mana, get some artifacts, make our affinity spells cheaper. Let's go. Artificer's Assistant. Get in. All right, let's see what happens. Maybe our opponent's new to Pauper. Maybe they're... Oh man, so okay, so don't fault me on this. Let's combo off before Tron can do anything. Don't fault me on this, but I'm not a huge Smash Bros fan, and more or less because I'm pretty bad at it. So I'll like have friends come over or whatever, and like they'll get the Smash going, and I'm just like so terrible that it's embarrassing. Oh my goodness, Morrowind was amazing. That was probably like my first marathon session game where I would just sit at my friend's house and play non-stop Morrowind all day, all night. Opponent's gonna get Tron. We got counter magic. Counter magic that doesn't necessarily do anything against Tron, but I killed exactly one person Lynx once. I killed a burn deck, which I mean, it's impressive, right? And we're a counterspell deck against Tron now, so hopefully we'll be okay. If this is like Prophetic Prism, Muldrifter, we could be in trouble. Opponent. Doing Tron stuff. Oh, you know a Prohibit's getting in the way of this bad boy. Boom. Taste it. Alright, so our opponent's going to give us an opportunity to maybe play a little loose here and play a Cabal Paladin. I feel like they would have played out more colored mana if they had it there, so we'll play Cabal Paladin, and we just got to draw some of our real cheap artifacts. The online company... I'm a big Smash Bros. Fan because the only company that's allowed to get away with releasing the same game over and over again and any changes made between games. It's interesting, right? Because I feel like my main deck is Mono Black Ponza. That's a great deck. I feel like Smash Bros. Is kind of tethered by having to release similar editions because of the competitive scene. So they kind of don't have the option but to keep pushing out content that's only a little bit different so that people can continue to be, well, I don't really care about that. They can keep putting out content that people won't be caught off guard with. Okay, we got there. I made it. I said the thing. He doesn't Smash Bros. No, I don't Smash Bros. I could be convinced to Smash Bros. Am I going to float some colored mana, or are they just going to bounce a Tron land? No colored mana for them this turn. Okay. Sure. I don't mind taking an extra draw. Wonder if this Stonehorn's going to get in the way of this Cabal Paladin. Well, our deck's just going to keep shipping us lands, and, you know, it is what it is. We'll attack. Our opponent will continue to be choked on colored mana, which is something I can definitely get behind. Opponent going to go to 12. We'll play another artifact, so our whatchamacallits, our Thoughtcasts are officially 1 mana, which is good. And yeah, I play a ton of Pokemon. Pokemon's like one of my favorite games. I think I played all the main franchise games. I might have missed an offshoot here or there. Like I didn't play the new-ish version of X and Y. Like I just played normal X and Y. Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta look out for this bad boy. Well, you don't when you're attacking with a 4-2, but you occasionally have to look out for this bad boy. And our opponent's gonna try to drift away. I'm kind of expecting a Pulse of Marasa trying to get this back at some point in the future, but I guess I could Condescend here. That would kind of be a nightmare. But they might be holding up Ghostly Flicker for this Stonehorn, at which time we can prohibit it. And fell off the map until XY. I liked XY a lot because, or sorry, I played Sun and Moon. That was the last one I played. But anyway, I like X and Y a lot because you get different kind of hats. I think that was the first time in the history of Pokemon where they decided, you know, you need some hats. We're going to give them to you. So we'll go ahead and kick a Prohibit at this Ghostly Flicker. Pokemon Snap. Me and my roommate speed ran a little Pokemon Snap. Ooh, baby. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. So we'll put him to 10. We'll get a Scry. Ash Barrens to the bottom. Tooth comes down. Go to combat. Gonna need some pretty hot Tron draws here to get him out of this one. Especially where he can win without combat steps with our Cabal Paladin. And they're not gonna block. Okay, well, we'll do this. We're all about equality here on the Any New Province pumping up the Artificer's Assistant stream. Come on, let's give it to Tron. Give the community something to be really happy about, you know? Opponent drifting away. Mnemonic walling back a Ghostly Flicker. Oh, Bird beats. Ah, here comes the Ghostly Flicker, so they're going to deny us the opportunity to attack next turn, but who cares? Just draw artifacts. Win the game that way. Draw Gush. Don't draw a land. Yeah. Yeah. Just because it doesn't get hit, like it gets hit by a lot of removal as it is. So it'd be really nice if it was a little sturdier. It would take a lot though. I think this is one of the few matchups where you can actually confidently resolve a Cabal Paladin, and as you see, even after we do, like, it doesn't necessarily win us the game. Given the utility of being able to continue draining your opponent for 2 instead of 1 every time you draw an artifact is nice. You don't have to build around it as much. Like, you don't need that many artifacts to get there. And I think Artificer's Assistant, the only reason I didn't highlight this in this deck is because we already did a video almost exclusively on Artificer's Assistant, but I think it does improve the game of it for sure. We just need one more artifact to win. Come on. Yes. All right, we don't get a combat step, but our opponent has to kill this somehow, or we win. So let's F6. Do some praying. Get Dusty Springfield up in here, hope and wish and pray that our opponent can't gain a bunch of life. They could find a Pulse Marasa here. Should be troublesome. Counter Magic doesn't do it either. Journey to Nowhere does. I don't know if everybody's doing the on the Mlovo plan, playing journeys and stuff, but if they journey the Cabal Paladin, could be an issue. Yep, they're gonna flicker. The Dusty Springfield hope and wish and praying. It's because I kept well, you know, you were here, man. Lynx, we've been hanging out for like 8 months, dude. That's wild. But yeah, you were here back when I was shouting out to John Mayer for that one, for that hit. Our opponent gonna do some digging for, even Denrova Horror doesn't do it. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Woo! I think we got him. Cabal Paladin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Historic Spell. Making history here today, guys. And it wasn't a John Mayer song. So Prohibit's a little bit worse. It seems like they're leaning on their Prophetic Prisms by a lot. Given that they are a Ghostly Flicker deck, we are going to bring in our relics. We'll probably go down 1 Ornithopter. We're not going to have a lot of trouble attacking around them. Although the Cabal, I think we should try to like turbo combo here. Maybe we shouldn't even worry about these relics. Dispel is probably better than this counterspell. Or actually, Dispel is probably better than a Prohibit. So I can justify that. I don't know if I want all of these relics or not. I probably do. Because they're going to help us keep Pulse Marasa offline, which would be good. Yeah, that's true. So you think like, because what did I throw it at? I think I threw 1 at a Mnemonic Wall and 1 at a Ghostly Flicker. I probably should have just let their Ghostly Flicker go. That's true, because if we go into the late game, then unless it's breaking up the combo, it doesn't really matter. And I think we'll go down 1 Ornithopter. I think it's just less relevant. This will keep our artifact count up for Tooth of Chiscoria, and I don't think we'll have to attack around their creatures much. It didn't seem like they were doing any Seagate Oracling or anything like that. Being on the draw could be relevant here. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that, so let's say we drop the Cabal Paladin and we go all in on the Battered Golem infinite damage plan, or like something like that, you know what I mean? Like we could do like Battered Golem, Retraction Helix, Tooth of Chiscoria, have like incidental Ornithopters, or not, we wouldn't need incidental Ornithopters. I guess they'd be good. So like incidental Ornithopters for bouncing and Tooths, and then just like go low to the ground, 3-card mono blue combo a la Tireless Tribe. Like take out all these awkward like Ash Barrens, maybe put in some more 0-drop artifacts instead of these Darksteel Citadels so we can still run Thought Casts. Or is that just all, because I ran into a deck like that. That's kind of what inspired me to try this. That and Jank Shank. Shout out to Jank Shank, by the way. Probably haven't done enough of that. But that's kind of why I wanted to try it in this form. It's because of that deck. Our opponent is deep, deep in the sideboard. I kind of feel like bringing this Prohibit back in for something, but I don't really know what it would be, especially if we're on the combo plan. I imagine we're going to see a bit more counter magic out of them this game. I think they probably have that kind of thing in their sideboard. Cabal Paladin beatdowns. We couldn't possibly draw that many more lands, right? It kind of affects me. Like, I don't like mulliganing 6-land hands as much as most people. Like, it actually does bother me to mulligan a 6-lander. Might come to surprise some people. We're gonna try to kill him with the Batter Golem beats now. So Relic makes our game a little bit better against them. Yep, opponent finding Tron like a champ. We're hoping to find a Prohibit or something here. No. Alright, well, here we go. Tron time. So they could hit Prophetic Prism, Muldrifter, or Stonehorn Dignitary here, and that could be bad. I guess there's no point in relicking. I might as well. Well, they have one card in the bin, because then we can just... we can't even have 6 because of this Ash Barrens. Alright guys, we got 2 game wins up on the board. Taking those home with me. Taking those straight home. Do they have the colored mana as well? Have they gotten there? Bunch of colorless mana. Okay, Serrated Arrows doesn't really matter. So I'm glad you still have this. There's a Prism, though. Oh yeah, Spellfist. Good call. And just run non-creature artifacts? That's a really cool idea. I like that. So do a bit of thinning. Turn comes back. And like the awkward kind of anti-synergy between Batter Golem and Thoughtcast is that you're like holding your artifacts to try to... You're holding onto your artifacts to try and prevent Batter Golem from staying tapped for too long, because when you play them out, it untaps it and everything. So that's a little awkward. Serrated Arrows actually isn't that bad against a bunch of X2s. So let's see, do they get a Banana Sandwich Tron thing going on here? And net, cool. Yes. Hard cast Drifty Boy. I remember last week when I was casting Muldrifters. They were the best of times, and they were the worst of times. Let's see if they want to trade with this Drifty Boy. Trade. Do it. Dang. No trades. Okay, so we will start playing out artifact lands. Oh yeah. It's interesting, right? Like it's an interesting card. I think that's worth running over other win conditions that people will play. Like I think that's the next best one. But Elusive Spellfist begs an interesting question, especially where you already have the 3-card combo. Like I don't think you need that much more in terms of combo. Our opponent refusing to serrate anything, which is interesting, especially if they've got like a flicker going on here. Another drift. Opponent just Uncle Crackering me right in the face. Nope. Stonehorn Dignitary. They will deny us our combat steps. You may and will. Most likely. Forever. Here comes the Drifter. Yep, nothing we can do about that. No removal in this deck. Good luck finding Pulse Marasa targets. Aw, dang it, they can target our Ash Barrens. I forgot. I guess this would give them an opening to Ghostly Flicker. Maybe I shouldn't have tapped out, but it's not a big deal. Oh, they're going to Teachings. Got it. So they're going to look for something with Teachings. we're at least going to get to eat the teachings. I kind of like that. We're going to find Ghostly Flicker. Well, yeah, that's kind of irrelevant. So we'll eat the teachings. Which, I mean, still got them a card, but it didn't get them two. So it wasn't card advantage. At the very least. Let's find another relic. So let's play an island. I'm going to hold on to this artifact land because they may whiff stopping us on combat steps here in a sec. And I want to make sure that... Oh, maybe they were holding serrated arrows for this. Opponent cares about the Cabal Paladin. Oh, opponent, that's cute. Yep. Sure. These bad boys attack just fine, too. There's a Shimmering Grotto. And it's balmy in here today. That's going to be the new tech, finding a way to EQ my mic. Oh, Ancient Grudge. Yeah, true, though. I don't know if that's, like, sarcastic or not. That could just be... Because I don't know if try is a part of it. I think it just inevitably happens. Oh man, they're triggering our golems for us. So they can't get this back at instant speed. We're gonna get to eat this. It's kind of nice. I should always yes to these. I'm not gonna. Opponent draws a couple more cards. What do you got now, opponent? A lot less ghostly flickers than you did last time, huh? I guess I can just start killing these and hitting us for one with this. Yep. Compulsive, sure. So it's going to be time to crack this, I believe. On their end step, we could use the extra card, and... Yeah, I don't even know if I can avoid it. That's what I meant. It's probably not even sarcasm. I meant, like, I don't know if there is a way to avoid getting blown out by it. That's trouble. Opponent chose to pitch 2. Still pitch 2 lands, though. I like it. I like it, opponent. Ballsy. So we'll crack Relic. There are cards in our deck where we might want more mana. Another Cabal Paladin, eh? So we'll cast Cabal Paladin. We're at the very least going to make them use their serrated arrows to kill it. Because when we do eventually get a combat step, we're going to want a creature to stick around. We don't actually need it to win the game, which is nice. So we'll cast Relic, trigger. And we're going to leave up Relic. We're not even going to cycle those Ash Barons on end step. Always yes to these bad boys. Pass the turn. Good drain there, though. Good boy. Opponent is going to spend some time on a Cabal Paladin. You may, opponent. You may. And I'm proud of you for it. Just do it. And then hopefully someday we combo off and win. Find some like Preordains and Gushes. This deck is like essentially all counter magic and cantrips. Like I really don't understand how we haven't found more at this point. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta take some time out to go watch those Hellsau videos. I'm really in this kind of like this mode where I make content and then check out afterwards for a little while. But there'll come a time. It comes in waves. Like when I'm into Magic, man, like the everything going on in the world. I guess I am constantly watching for spoilers and things like that still. But there's months like when I first started streaming where I'm just so deep into the content, like I can't get enough. I'm gonna tap all the way out of that colored mana. Sure. All right, so I'm a little worried about them finding a colored source and blowing us out here. But they only have 4 mana to work with. What's the worst thing that could happen? What's the worst thing they could put in their graveyard? They would have to like cast a Prophetic Prism and everything, and I think we're okay going down to do a bit of thinning, do a bit of shuffling. Hope our stupid janky deck eventually wins a game. Maybe. Well, they didn't Ghostly Flicker there. But I don't think I'm going to attack. I feel like we're kind of stonewalled here. I guess if we can get this off the battlefield and exiled, it wouldn't be too bad. So I actually am going to give it the old college try with the battered golems here. Let's see if our opponent wants to reciprocate somehow. Nice. All right, so make sure I'm not F6. That's how blocks will go. So we'll flash in Tooth. Yep. It's kind of, I have this compulsive thing where I like turn off my auto yields, like afraid I passed the turn before I should have or something. And it's really caused some issues for sequences like this where I auto yield to everything and then it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hold on to Island. I don't know what they might play around. They have 8 cards in hand. They can't fog our combat steps anymore though, dang it. In comes some very aggressive drifty boys. Yep. We're at 12. Approaching 0 life points. Opponent continues to find Tron mana. I mean, I'm gonna respect the Tron decks all the way into the ground, man. Like, these decks are crazy. I think a Retraction Helix actually does it here, though. No, we would need an artifact land because we can't bounce their Seagate Oracle. There's a Ghostly Flicker on this to kill Battered Golem. Maybe they know we are able to combo off. Yeah, okay. Sure. That gives them a pretty good chance to not die here. Opponent will draw a couple cards. Prophetic Prism. So this is where Tron goes banana sandwich. And it's very hard getting away from it. I mean, comboing off and winning. 100% a way to get away from it. Let's see what this is. Mnemonic Wall. Alright, so we're gonna have to crack this now. Get rid of their flicker. Find another Battered Golem. Just an 0-4. Pretty impressive board over there, though. Yep. Here's Battered Golem. So we're running low on Battered Golem combo pieces, but oh, thank God. Let's get some logic up in here. So I'll keep a Dispel. I don't think it's bad enough to chuck away. Play Battered Golem. And yep, always yes, always yield. Play land, pass the turn. And we can get the next Ghostly Flicker as well. I think, yeah, that's a good number of them exiled. I don't know how many more they could have. Yep. Here they come. The drifters are really rolling. Drifting all the way. So we can't bounce enough of their blockers to actually win with Battered Golem here. Ooh, but we can win this way. So we'll play Cabal Paladin. Oh, guys, we're a Retraction Helix away. We still have 4 Retraction Helix effects in our deck. Come on. Let's go. I mean, it's pretty flimsy against the Serrated Arrows plan, but... And where do they get those cards? And who do they think they are? I hope they slow roll the Serrated Arrows incorrectly or something. We'll see. We're down to 4. They only have to go for 1 more turn without dying. Come on, just don't kill Cabal Paladin for no reason. I could expect there to be just more Serrated Arrows, but... Yeah, it's been kind of okay against our X2s. Quicksand, eh? I don't know what Quicksand's... Oh, yes. Retraction Helix, come on. Oh, don't kill this. Don't kill this in response. Please. Thinking. So what's this going to be? Counter magic? I might force this thought cast through, depending on what they cast. Probably gonna wait, yeah. Wait until we cast our Dispel. Like, we could draw Retraction Helix and another Cabal Paladin. So let's try to force it through. Let's see. That does allow them to go a bit bananas with this Serrated Arrows if they have another Ghostly Flicker in hand. Oh, the 2 Pyroblasts. Well, opponent's been sandbagging 2 Pyroblasts. Can't beat it. Pretty good sideboard cards, opponent. Oof. Okay. All right. I see how it is. So I think we've discovered the importance of Retraction Helix. I didn't take any out. Prohibit's probably fine, especially if they're bringing in all of these. No, Fluffy Wolf, you are not cursed. You are certainly not cursed. I always appreciate you having you here. Really. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Seriously. So this Prohibit might come back in, or I don't know. Relic was too good there. I think we're okay with this. That was close, guys. That was really close. I think if they didn't have 2 Pyroblasts, we might have got it. I should have peeked to see. This hand's good. This is a good hand. This is a turbo combo hand. Come on. We just need like an artifact land or 2, and we're so far off to the races. Or even an Ash Barrens to get this Gush on time. Which would like... Or just an untapped island. I guess it's a bit much to ask for an Ash Barrens. I'm gonna lead on colored mana. Ooh, okay. Well, there's Ash Barrens. So... Go island. Attack with Artificer's Assistant. We'll pump fake a little bit of counter magic for their potential stuff. But we're just going to cycle this for Island, DOT. Opponent back down to 20. Just where I like them. I might just cast Batter Golem next turn. And, okay, our opponent has not played any Tron lands. Am I in like a different match? Yep, or you can just pump the Golem with the free artifact in Tooth of Chiscoria. So yeah, so there's a few ways to just combo off and win. Oh, this is tough. So I think I'm still gonna cast Batter Golem, because if we cast Relic next turn, yeah, I think Relic happens next turn almost regardless. We don't want another island yet. So Batter Golem comes down, pretty decent attacker. Go to combat. Exactly. And if you have another artifact land in hand or something and they only have 1 blocker, you can just cast it on Batter Golem, tap to pick their blocker up and return it to their hand, and then cast your Tooth to untap it again, and so on and so forth. All right, our turn. Getting shipped a whole buttload of lands here. So let's Relic for a Scry. Imagine, Retraction Helix Tooth off the top. Paladin, don't want that. So this costs 2 mana now? Oh, that should have been post-combat. Excuse me. So we'll tap to Thoughtcast. Oh, guys. Guys. We're so close. Okay, so play an island. 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. Come on. Yes! We're so close. Gush. And Banishing Nakar Spire Golem? Tooth of Chiscoria? Oh, baby. It's a combo. Do this, do this. I don't know if they have something to maybe ruin our day, but I don't really care. It seems like they've F6'd. Maybe when we go to combat, they will do something to ruin our day, or maybe I'll combo off incorrectly. We're actually doing this, yes. And our opponent says GG, and they scoop it up, attacking with an infinite burb in the air. Oh, Jherjamesb. Millver legend. Okay, we're on the play. We've got a good part of the combo. We've got an artifact land. I'm gonna keep. I don't know if they know it's me. Let's shroud them in suspense. I bet you guys, I'll give you guys one guess as to what Jherjamesb is on. Oh, they know it's me. They know it's me. All right, so we're just digging for land drops here. Unfortunately, we have to bottom a couple of pretty good spells. No land drop. Shout out to Jherjamesb for being a super nice person and giving me like a full write-up on Millver. So I think we're gonna be facing Millver. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna be facing missing land drops, I think. Oh, come on, deck. Make it at least a little bit easier on us. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I just want to play this out raw here or not. I kind of think I have to. Ugh. Ash Barrens. Why? I don't think it's... Yeah, I'm gonna hold it. Like, I need islands really badly. It's just, it's too risky. It's too risky. I might need black mana someday. But they're probably feeling pretty good right now. Oh, man, here we go. Oh, frig. Alright. So, we'll play out a Vault of Whispers. We'll pass the turn. We'll go get our other blue mana. Yeah, it's true. And here comes the milling. So they could mill out our whole combo. This might be the kind of disruption we didn't want to run into. There's a Ponder. Ugh. We had to counter this. Also, our deck is like kind of bad against Mono Blue Delver too, so their backup plan pretty great against us. How we mill another artifact land. Opponent's gonna leave up some counter magic. We get blue mana. And I'm gonna run out the Jank Shank, see if our opponent wants to counter. They don't. They've F6'd. There's a Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast costs 2 here. I don't know if we wait on Thoughtcast or not. I feel like they have another land in hand. And they'll be able to... No, we might as well. There's more important spells in our deck to be casting. So let's see if they have the hard counter here. I believe they do. They have so many cantrips in their deck, I don't think they would waste mana. This is card advantage. They probably don't want to let it go through. They let it go through. Alright, we've got to disrupt. There is a Brainstorm. That's a pretty good spell. So let's disrupt. It's going to mill us for a lot too. We'll get to draw a card here. At the very least, they'll pay for it. They don't get to continue cantripping. And next turn we can start leaving up counter magic again. Oh, the mill is real. Oh man, turn 1 Pestilence against elves. Yes, Wrathborn, you lived the dream. Congratulations, that's awesome. How did they play around it? Did they try to like kill one of their own elves somehow? I don't think they have the ability to do that. Oh dang! We have the rest of the combo just sitting on the top of our deck waiting for us. Yep. Well, I sure hope they can't cast another Jace's Erasure. Oh, just conceded, yeah. I can see that being a reasonable strategy. Our opponent gets a full view of the jank. We really had to counter that Jace's Erasure. There's a Gush. All right. So let's go ahead and get rid of this Ash Barrens. Actually, yeah, no, we have to go get another island. So we'll get rid of the Ash Barrens, get an island, play the island, and just pass. Whole bunch of stuff in our hand that we can't do anything with. Erasure trigger, mill some more. Might as well yield to these. There goes a burb. So we gotta keep track of this. If we don't combo off, I don't think we win here. We will try to counter this Whirlpool Rider. Whirlpool Rider pretty good. It might mean that their hand isn't that great. They do have the hard counter. The last good card in their hand found a home. Boom goes the Erasure Might. And they could just really, the way that this deck goes, like they could Gush here and just like finish us off. Oh, they've seen a ton of our deck. So I'm gonna turn off my auto yields. If they Gush here, we might just scoop. I don't think we have any hope of oh, we've got a bunch of batter golems left. I don't know. If we draw a batter golem here and resolve it, there's a chance. No batter golem. Okay, so we are gonna Gush. Draw some cards. There's Cabal Paladin. Not necessarily what we're looking for. Disrupt to the bottom, sit it all to the bottom. Still no batter golem. So let's see if they can kill us here. I have a feeling that they can kill us here. Golem doesn't do it now either. There's still lots of them in our... Oh my god. Oh, ripperonis. Yeah, I would just need to survive a turn. So if I would have drawn Batter Golem there, I might have been okay. And there goes 1, 2 more, and that's probably going to be it. So, I don't know. They got enough information. I think we're going to scoop it up. We can't survive 2 more turns, and that's what we need to win. So Annul comes in. Dispel comes in because Brainstorm is an insane card, and they've got a bunch of counter magic. I think Prohibits are good here, so I'm going to go down 1 counter spell. I think Cabal Paladins are too slow. But they could just win on beatdowns. Well, if they're on the Delver plane, we kind of want this stuff anyway. Probably don't want the annuls. So I kind of think this is how the board looks. Oh yeah, gold version. It's always sauce. Did you see the stream title or the stream announcement with all the spaces in it? Well, there's a Gush we can't cast. We do have a Prohibit for their first turn 2 spell we care about, so I'm going to keep. If we can catch an Erasure with this, we might be okay, or if they are on the Delver backup plan, then it'll be good as well. So we'll play Acetylcyanide past turn. Sauce. Didn't even see that. Oh man. Gotta get that gotta get those noties popping. Come on, Burb. I probably wouldn't cast a Burb here. No Burb. But a pretty decent reason to leave up mana, so I'll do that. We'll go get our other island, and that'll make Gush be online. And we'll see what our opponent wants to do. No plays, alright. I can live with no plays. Jherjamesb. They're a great one. This is what I mean, like, Jherjamesb is one of those great Pauper players. Like, I mentioned this in my last Reddit post, like, these guys are my pantheon, you know? They're like the top of the pops, so they need to be respected. Opponent gonna continue to leave up hard counters. I respect that opponent. We'll try to sneak through a tooth on their end step next turn. They're gonna Thought Scour us. Yeah, sure. Alright, didn't mill anything too important. They might give us something to prohibit here, so probably could have prohibited that. It looks like they're still on the Millver plan. But they leave these in whether they are or not. So they could just be concealing concealing information here. I know Jherjamesb's write up on the deck really indicated that they cared a lot about how much information they gave away. So I'm going to sneak a tooth out here. Sneak tooth. And we might not play anything else until we can hold a prohibit to protect it. I guess where we could like... Yeah, so we'll probably wait one more turn. Gold version you hadn't even followed yet? Bud. I can give you crap. Here comes Spell Stutter. So they're on the Delver plan. They have a ninja that they want to get down. So we'll do something about the Spell Stutter. And I think I'll run it this... No. I'm good with that. Let's represent additional counter magic. What's this now? Erasure? Maybe they're abating the counter. No, they're gonna gush. Okay. We will see your gut. Oh, they are still on the erasure plan. Wow. I could have sworn. So we gotta stick a threat and win with it now. Basically. There's no way to get this off the battlefield now that it's there. And I'm assuming they're tanking about whether they want to play another one into 2 blue mana. Little do they know. If they try to play another one, I would maybe gush on my turn. As much as I hate that. Okay. Good. We find the annul, so it was worth it. We find a dispel, so we'll play Artificer's Assistant and pass the turn. We can use Chist Tooth to pump it up. Erasure triggers. And we'll probably play this on their end step. No additional erasures, which is good. Was being an accident, snakes like me. But it's all good. Now I'm here to help put Jherjamesb to bed. I think I'm gonna need it. They're gonna have to not flip this Delver. I'm not going to force this through because this Artificer's Assistant can still block this Delver with the tooth. So I won't fight over it. We will bottom that. Tooth comes in. You know I'm going to be attacking next turn. What do we get? Ornithopter. Alright, so let's play a land. I will cast Ornithopter, get a Scry. And I probably won't pump the bird up here because if they want a Delver... I'm gonna Spell Stutter. Yeah, can't do anything about... Oh, I can, actually. I don't know if I want to Banishing Knack this Spell Stutter or not. I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. So, in comes Spell Stutter. Yep. We'll get a Scry. Scry that to the bottom. Alright, and we'll pass. We might have to Banishing Knack a Ninja next turn or something. So I gotta be in shape to do that. And to block this Delver. Yep. Yep. The milling continues. Oh, because it's 0 CMC. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Ankylosaur. I'm really glad I didn't. Alright, so they'll go to attacks. We will block this Delver, and if they try to Ninja off this Spell Stutter, then we'll be able to kind of get them. So we'll go like this, pass priority, and we'll pump the Artificer's Assistant. Damage goes through, we take 1, so no Ninja. No Ninja is good in Ninja, in my opinion. And no Delver helps, but they are being proactive about killing us, and we're not being proactive about killing them. So there's that. Oh, and they're hitting a lot of our counter magic. We draw. Bot Scour us. Okay, sure. That's the next level play. They're showing us what we would have drawn. Ooh, an Ornithopter. Would have taken that. I will definitely take a Thoughtcast. So we'll Thoughtcast. And I will force this through. If we're going to be playing the Spell Stutter Sprite Delver of Secrets game, then definitely want to force it through. That's basically stopping a bolt. It really is. I guess so, but we kind of had to kill the Delver. I think they would have countered on the way back down, and we'll protect this. If we can force through our combo somehow, then we're in good shape. See if a hard counter will meet our Gush. It does not. That was like the worst Gush, guys. So we'll play a land, and in the interest of killing this Spell Stutter Sprite, we'll cast an Ornithopter. They might have another one. It's definitely possible. Capped Trist, unfortunately, my friend, it does not appear to be. It appears that the jank is falling victim to Jherjamesb's excellent, beautiful deck, Millver. Played this deck on my YouTube channel. This Thopter does have teeth. Get it. What if they can't fetch, so we're okay. Me not paying attention for a second, letting a brainstorm go. Not a huge issue. Alright, so we'll mill 3. Oof. Not losing anything like too pertinent though, so I'm kind of happy about that. Moto was rigged and bad. The only thing worse than Gush was getting 2 lands. Yeah, it would be. And I have gushed into 2 lands before. I have been in that life. This is another erasure. Opponent's gonna gush. Okay. They might try to force us through here. I'd rather keep them off mana. Like I think this is a blowout if they do have hard counter. All right, so they do. Oh, okay. So they're gonna counter Dispel with their Spell Stutter. That's sweet. At least they won't get to play anything. Oh wait, no, snap. Oh snap. They will get to play something off of their off of what they draw off of Gush. So let's see what they find. We lose a bunch of stuff we don't care about. I wouldn't have minded another Dispel. Ugh. Oh, Whirlpool Rider X7. Still pretty good. And they're thoroughly on the mill plan. Walling up, milling down. Yup. There goes Thoughtcast, Cabal Paladin, Batter Golem. So we're getting around to finding combo pieces someday. And no Spell Stutter beats. There's another tooth. Ugh, okay. Episode 120 of Jeff Floods. So many floods, we call that man River Valley and the Shrieks. The Screets. Yeah, I think I've got too much bouncing of Delvers and blocking of Spell Stutters to do next turn to be attacking here, but we're at 18. They've got an erasure on board. Whirlpool status ridden. 100%. I'm riddled with these. Alright, so they find a snap. We don't really care about that. And here comes combat. Here comes the over. Yep. So, I guess this is our best way of staying alive. All we can do is smile with our teeth. That's what I do. That's my thing. Being a happy boy. A good boy that's happy all the time. Alright, so we could have just, we could have Banishing Knacked that, but where they didn't attack with Spell Stutter Sprite, I think getting it off the board is just as good, and they could have countered our Banishing Knack with a Spell Stutter, or this Snap on Spell Stutter. So, they still have a Snap. Nobody forget, they have a Snap. Remember. Yup. And they're going for the kill, looks like. Just like that song that Skrillex did that iconic remix of. Get copy struck if you sing it. Probably not. I can't actually get copy struck yet, so. Well, I know I can actually, but it doesn't matter because they won't make any money off of it. Let's see if Millver's got us. That's the rest of our battered golems right there. 1, 2, 3. We got one more batter golem. Let's give him a turn or two. See if they can assemble it. See if they can beat us. I think they can. We only have 11 cards in library. This deck draws a heck load more than 11 cards a turn. Look at this pervert. This pervert taking over the Pauper metagame. Not Jherjamesb, Delver. Jherjamesb is an incredibly nice person who I like very much. Delver, however. This fervert right here. That's really funny. Yep. Gonna give Jherjamesb a real good look at our whole deck before we scoop. There's the last battered golem. Can it get us? Can it get us? They're gonna mill us for 4 more. And Thought Scour FT dub. Oh my goodness. Whirlpool Rider? Imagine. Pre-combat, I should have banishing knacked one of their creatures so they could bounce through Whirlpool Rider. And they pass. Let's go out on our own terms. Oh, savage. Are they going to kill us instant speed on our upkeep? Savagery, Jherjamesb. The best mill pilot in the West. And most other bearings. All right, so we're gonna send Jherjamesb off to another 5-0 league, hopefully. Yeah, I'll keep. We got 2 islands to cast Gusted with. We've got a Tooth. We got an Artificer's Assistant. And this ain't half bad. It's a little risky running out Artificer's Assistant here, but if it's a slow deck, we'll go on the backup beatdowns right away. And some decks just don't care about Counterspell. So I think holding it up on turn 2 might be somewhat irrelevant. And we can still do work with like a Banishing Knack or a Retraction Helix, depending on what they are on. Oh. Oh man, I worked at a restaurant for a really long time. It was honestly a very happy part of my life. I really enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed the camaraderie that followed. Uh-oh. This is definitely a deck you would want turn 2 Counterspell up for. We found another Burb, so Burb beatdowns, let's go. We'll leave up Counterspells later. You know, it's not a big deal. This could be Boggles. Obviously, Banishing Knack, Retraction Helix, pretty bad against Boggles. So let's see what our opponent's on. It could be Ralligond. I was thinking the other day about how Ralligond is actually probably my favorite Pauper deck, so shouts out to Methodical. Congrats on the sick deck. That deck is awesome. Burb. Don't try to burb face on the internet, by the way. Slivers weak to blue weenie. Do you guys? I think it was around when I started playing. Maybe not. It could have been any point in time when I was like immersed in Pauper or whatever. But Blue Zoo was starting to get kind of a thing going, and I thought that was pretty neat. All right, there's Sentinel Sliver. So we're gonna leave up all sorts of nonsense next turn. I think what we want to do is pass over to their turn. We'll leave up Counterspell for whatever Lord they want to play, and we can Banishing Knack something later if it matters. We can let it go for 1 turn. They might play a Lord or something here. And we'll see. We might need... No, we probably won't need all of our mana. Probably should have run that Tooth out there. So let's see what this is. If it's like some silly give them +0/+1, then I don't really care. Yep. And will you Lord? Yes. Okay. So we'll Counterspell the Lord. Fortunately, we can't Tooth now, but it is what it is. We'll probably Tooth next turn. Decent reason to not Tooth. Definitely leave Prohibit on top. We'll bottom the Disrupt. I don't know that we'll ever find an opportunity to cast that properly. I think we're gonna attack. We're like almost on the right side of this race, and if we can counter another Lord, we might be okay. So we're gonna keep getting in. Finding a little bit more mana to cast this Tooth would be nice. Like just another cheap artifact or something. Yep, opponent's gonna get in, and if things get dire, we can start bouncing their Slivers. So it's not a huge issue. It's not a huge issue. Okay. Let's see what goes on here. Ixidor on the Slivers, huh? It's a journey. Okay, I don't care about that. Sure. We can still get this Tooth down if this is, you know, I don't really care what that targets. Yep. And now we'll get a Tooth down, so we're still clocking them. We'll get a Scry, find another land. Good, good. Actually, I don't even know if I want this right now. So we'll get this down. Batter Golem. Oh, baby. Oh, guys, we're one artifact off from comboing off. So let's play Batter Golem. Get a Scry. Come on, artifact. Even an artifact land does it. An artifact land would be exceptional. No, that is not an artifact land. And we are going to get in with Burb here, because they might have another journey, at which point we'll certainly feel like dum-dums for not attacking. So we will attack, pump up the Burb, and hope we draw any artifact land, an Ornithopter, another Tooth, and we should be able to do something about it. So they're going to cycle a Secluded Step, probably looking for removal for Battered Golem. We can get infinite Scries next turn and just find it, actually. So if we draw like a cantrip, then we can still win. Alright, sure. That doesn't matter yet. Yep. Oh, come on, deck. There's so many hits. So many hits. Oh, come on. Artifact. One that we can cast for 1 mana. Yes! I think that does it. Okay, get Tooth. Bottom Thought Cast, doesn't really matter. So we'll cast Tooth. Get a Scry. Oh, it's free. Okay. Whatever. That doesn't matter. Pump up the bird. Retraction Helix. The Golem. Pump up the Burb. Bounce this. Play this. We're doing it! Take that, uninteractive deck. Pump the Burb. Bounce the artifact. Play the artifact. Whatever. What if they have Gut Shot? Would I ever feel like a dummy? So I think they're gonna just let us finish up here. They've F6'd. It's happening! Artificer's Assistant. I'm gonna keep putting Tooth on top. Tooth deserves to be on top. We could mess this up too. Or they could have a way to stop it. I'm trying to figure out, like, I keep worrying that they have like reach somehow. Like they don't, but I'm worried that they might. And we are killing a good little bit of clock here by clicking a million times. It's happening. Return the Tooth, play the Tooth, top the Tooth, pump the Burb, and we'll get a healthy little couple of points up on it here. I don't, like, can you even gain life at instant speed in Pauper? You can't, right? How would they? Pump the burb. A little bit higher. For no mana, can you gain life in Pauper? I don't think so. So let's go to combat. Attack with a 16-1 Artificer's Assistant. Turn 3 kill? Turn 4 kill? Is that turn 4 kill? Turn 4 kill. We did it. Okay. So for Slivers, want all of this and none of this. And probably go down. Disrupt for even like one shrivel, or maybe even one paladin. Thank you, Burb. Yeah. Yeah, I beat Tron. I think this should say 8, by the way. Hey, Shazba. There was a match win. Oh, right, no. Is that 6? Is that appropriate? Yeah, that should be 6. I think that's right. That should be 7. Should be 7. Okay. Got there. And I think I'll bring in 1 Shrivel, because Shrivel can be good. It's a little tough on the black mana, but maybe I shouldn't. I wonder if any of this other stuff would serve me well here, though. Shrivel can be relevant, especially if you can deal with the rest of their lords. So I think I will bring in 1 Shrivel, and we'll go like that. See what happens. Prohibits and counterspells. Oh, true, like Gleeful Sabotage and stuff? Come on, guys, one more match. Maybe like just displaying the match win record isn't a great strategy. People are like, oh man, he's 4-7 with his junk. Well, you got the combo in hand and a bit of removal. Snap it off. This is probably as good, if not better, than last game's opener. So I'm good with keeping this. Opponent's on 7 as well. Tap land. No sliver. 1 time. They've got the silver bordered portrait too. While the purple bordered portrait does bring a bit of intimidation with it, the silver bordered one means that you straight just won a bunch of matches. Yes, you will blossom some sands. I think we will run an Artificer's Assistant here. They might have removal for it straight away. I doubt they will. We can kill the first lord with this. And we'll do it at sorcery speed after we run the vault out. Because these act as like pseudo removal spells. Sure. Just gonna journey straight away. Thinking about it. Yep. Or they're playing around days. Yep. So maybe I do leave up Doomblade here. I don't really expect them to have... I'm gonna hold on to one of these helixes. We'll be able to bounce this to get a shrivel through at some point. So I'm gonna leave up Doomblade. I'll cast Ornithopter. They might cast a Lord main phase. And I'm gonna bottom Preordain. We already have one in hand. We're just looking for a land at this point. We really can't deal with like one that has reach, you know, that one. This is the play the bad cards and see if you can do it stream. They're going to gut shot. Okay, no big deal. Sure. Little did you know, Ornithopter plays that role just as well. And if they don't play a lord here, then we can Doomblade, or we can cast our Tooth and move on with our lives. Sure. Let them go to combat first, and flanking unfortunately means we can't block here, which kind of sucks. But if we find more removal, we'll be able to. So we'll go ahead and Doomblade the Muscle Sliver, and no blocks. Yep, there's a Thought Cast. Oof, which we can get down to 3 cheaper this turn. So let's play Preordain. Maybe we'll find some more blue mana. Blue artifact land, like Seat of the Synod would be ideal here. Come on, Seat. Seat of the Synod. Show me the way, Preordain. Mana Tithe. Imagine. Oof. Alright, so we're going to... top Prohibit, and then top Seat, because I think we will want to cast that Prohibit. So now we can cast Tooth for free. This costs 4 less. And now we can Thought Cast into the Prohibit, so they're going to have a turn to do stuff, unfortunately. I don't really want to give them a turn. Giving Slivers a turn, probably not the most advisable thing in the world to do. And we'll Thought Cast. Draw that Prohibit. See if we can hit another land drop. We hit the Golem. Well, you know what that means, gang. We're not actually going to be leaving up counter magic next turn. We are straight up going to be playing Battered Golem and hoping to combo off. We can leave up Retraction Helix to protect our Ornithopter or something, if that's... or protect our Battered Golem, if their strategy is to Journey to Nowhere it, because I just don't think the quality of their removal is high enough to keep up with that. So see if they were sandbagging something important with this 1 white mana. Let's see. Opponent. The slowest play. Cycling a Secluded Step. Okay. Now, we're not out of the woods here. Some number of lords is trouble. Those lords don't matter. I guess they matter for our Shrivel. Scattershot Archer doesn't matter. Yep, we'll take 2. There's another Banishing Knack. Okay, so let's play Battered Golem. Hope their last card isn't a friggin' Reach Sliver or something like that, but even if it is, it's not the end of the world. Or Journey to Nowhere, because we're tapped out here. We can't reasonably do anything about it if they do have removal, so let's just hope. We can even play around like a Vines if they find another green mana. Alright, you get 1 turn, opponent. Land and what? No Journey, come on. Okay, alright. They might be able to untap this somehow, I guess. Okay. We even have Prohibit backup, so we'll Banishing Knack the Battered Golem. I think we got him. Oh, they must be the unhappiest. Alright, so we'll pump up our Ornithopter, bounce the Tooth, cast the Tooth, pump up our Ornithopter, bounce the Tooth, cast the Tooth, pump up our Ornithopter, bounce the Tooth, cast the Tooth, and we're doing it, guys. This is how this deck is meant to play. What a deck. So because we have the Prohibit backup, I'm not very worried about what our opponent could have. I just have to not combo off incorrectly. So we'll keep doing this until we have an 18-powered Burb, or an 18-powered Ornithopter. And then we win. Oh man, that feels good, to go out on a couple of real good combo wins. Chew him up and spit him out, Ornithopter. You know what to do, bud. Alright, alright. So keep it going. Don't screw up the combo. Get nervous about potentially screwing up the combo. It's really kind of trivial. Like, I don't know why they haven't scooped. They might not know we have counter magic in hand. Keep pumping up the Ornithopter. Maybe I'll just run their timeout. Maybe I'll just, like, keep pumping it until they concede. Going infinite. Infinite combo. Nice and easy on the clicks, too. Thank you, Moto, for being easy on the clicks for this one. I appreciate it. And yeah, piece of cake. Piece of cake, guys. Do they want to concede yet? They don't. Okay. So, let's go to combat. Attack with the 21 power Ornithopter. As is tradition. See if our opponent has counter magic, or has anything. Turn off auto yields. They don't have anything. And we did it. 2 combos to take us to 2 and 3. So yeah, so that wasn't too bad. Do you know what I'm going to do right now? It's a little early, so what I wanted to do was have a look at what this deck would look like with red instead. So if we won 2 matches,